Hey everyone, it's Ashley Bernardi, founder and director of media relations for Nardi Media, and this is another episode of Crisis Comms, where our team has put together interviews with thought leaders and people who inspire us to just take their pulse and see how they're doing and how they're handling this crisis and what types of advice that they can offer for us sitting at home. So I am so thrilled and honored to introduce my guest today. It's Stephen David Leonard. He is a friend and founder and CEO of Stephen David Leonard Designs, Lisa Leonard Designs, and the Leonard Group. Stephen, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ashley. I'm really excited to be here. This is great.
Yeah,
It's so cool that you kind of put this together during this time to just, serve people and kind of hear what's going on out there.
Thank you. I feel the same way. I feel like it's so needed. So let's talk about you. You actually have had quite the experience with not just with the coronavirus, but with your son being sick and the world essentially shutting down around you while you were in the hospital. So tell us, give us a quick, what happened and where are you guys now?
Yeah. So my older son, David, has a severe genetic disorder called Cornelia de Lange syndrome. And one of the results of that is that he had developed scoliosis. So we took him in for surgery at UCLA right just before everything was going down with the coronavirus. We talked to them about it. Is this okay? And so we get there. He has a great surgery. Everything's going great. That night, as his first night of recovery, he coded and things went scary. We got transferred into the PICU at UCLA. And really, it was over the course of that day that he was in surgery and that everything was going on for us with him that the whole world began to shut down. And so we were in a hotel. We were in a hotel, and because we don't live in that area, and just watching restaurants close down. The hotel closed the day after we left. So we ended up spending 11 days in the hospital as he was recovering from what had become a lung infection. But he's back home now and doing great. And I feel like it gave us kind of a unique look at kind of what's going on with coronavirus, watching Santa Monica and Westwood shut down. So.
Wow. And I am so glad to hear David is home and he's okay and that you all are okay. So let's talk a little bit about just I think from a business perspective, I mean, you're running essentially 3 companies right now. What has changed and shifted for you in these past couple of weeks because of the virus?
Yeah, I mean, from a business perspective, I think we have a digital company. So one thing that's nice is we're online still, and we're able to fill orders, and we're still able to operate. We've had to definitely take some significant precautions. In our fulfillment center. Fortunately, we have space so that we can, keep people safe distances, and instituted all the, all the protocols that you need to make sure people are washing their hands. And a lot of people need to wear masks anyway. That's just part of the way it is in jewelry making. So we're kind of fortunate in that regard. So we've just had to take protocols internally that way. And then, I think for a lot of people, there's a lot of, there's businesses that aren't operating right now. And I think people just, they're not spending on discretionary things as much as they were. And so, we're seeing some of the impact of that as well. So it's definitely, it's a challenging time for us in our business, just like it is for a lot of people in their businesses right now.
So, I mean, with everything that you have going on, the question that comes to mind is, how are you holding up emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And you're a former pastor. So how are you just handling all of this with everything that happened with David and running these companies in this time? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So kind of on a personal level, I think I'm doing what a lot of people are doing, making sure to get outside here and there and get some exercise, trying to kind of keep things moving forward. We're enjoying the family time together. I think going through a scare like we had with David, it makes you thankful that you get some time together with your family. And then the other thing is I just got thinking about, we've had so many people kind of follow along in our journey with David over the years, and we've had so much people have just, been so generous and gracious towards us over the years. And I just saw this as a time that I might be able to use, some of what I've learned as a pastor and entrepreneur and dad, especially of a child with special needs. And so, just came up with a 30-day email journaling program, just to give people, so that we can take this time and look forward and not just, I think it's easy in a time like this to kind of just hunker down and just, binge Netflix for 30 days and, that's it. But, really this is a moment of opportunity, and I'm trying to look for those myself and look for ways to serve people. And I thought this might be a way to just help people kind of think about, hey, who am I going to be on the other side of this?
That's so beautiful. I've been saying the same thing, and that I do see this as an opportunity. We need to use it wisely. And journaling is a very big part of my life. So let's talk a little bit more about journaling and like the experience that you maybe have personally had with journaling, and how, like, I think it personally helps me grow, develop, figure out who I am as a person. Tell me a little bit about what your hope is to when people get involved with your journaling.
Yeah, my hope, I've designed it to be, it's every day there's going to be a quick kind of inspirational thought, and then a prompt to help you journal, just kind of, help you get the day kind of going. I've designed it to be something that you can do in 5 minutes, but it can also be something that you take, as much time as you want with, just depends on what kind of time you have and what you want to be able to do. But my hope is that it'll be something that each day, as people interact with it, it'll be an encouragement, that it'll be something that'll help them see that, like, all this kind of craziness going on around us right now, like, that's not all there is. We can learn, we can grow during this time. And, for some people, they've been wanting for a long time to be able to stop and kind of think about, okay, is this what I want out of my life? Or do I need to retool? Or, I'm coming up to the next phase of my life and I want to kind of plan that out. And so, I just want it to be a resource for people to be able to be encouraged, to look forward, and to be able to become who they really are.
I love that. And I can't wait to participate in this. So people can join anytime. It's not like a set date, right? So tell me about where can they sign up, and then how does the program work?
Yeah. So all you have to do, you can just sign up. If you go to stephendavidleonard.com, you can sign up just for my email, my newsletter there, and that'll get you into the program. And then there's also a Facebook group, Living Inspired with Stephen David Leonard, which is a fast growing group. We've already been having a lot of people jump in on that. We're very excited there, where you can get some extra content and we can interact with each other, and people can kind of share, so that we're getting that community. I think that community piece is so huge right now. It starts officially on April 1st, and will continue for 30 days. But like you say, you can sign up anytime. So whatever day you sign up, then your journey will begin following that. So you won't miss anything. You'll be able to jump in at any time. We'll also have a place where there's archived versions of the devotional, so that you can go there and watch them, after the fact, if you want to go back and find something, if you do miss a day or anything like that. And I think it's going to be a great journey, and we've already had a number of people sign up. It's really fun.
That's amazing. I can't wait to sign up, and I'm hoping everyone who's watching and listening signs up. I mean, I'm just such an advocate for writing and journaling, and I've had personal experience of how healing it actually can be, and I feel like our world needs that healing right now. We need that more than anything. So thank you, Stephen, for helping provide this service to us right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree. I found it to be such a helpful practice to be able to put your thoughts down on paper. And it's been for me a major thing to help me kind of, to just turn a corner on a day and kind of refocus myself, so that, I can focus on the positive instead of the negative. And I can, look at my goals and look at, kind of how I'm processing the world. And and kind of get it out. And
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a real service to people.
That's awesome. I know it will be. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Crisis Comms, and for your amazing and inspirational advice, and especially the great news that your family and David is doing okay. So thank you so much. Everyone, give us your website one more time, Stephen, so everyone knows where to sign up for the journaling program.
So you can find it at stephendavidleonard.com. That's StephenDavidLeonard.com.
Awesome. Stephen, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching another episode of Crisis Comms.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Thanks, everybody.